What's up, everyone? It's Wee Wee Doo Doo Man here. I just wanted to talk to everybody about something that I don't see a lot of people talking about, and I don't see a lot of people doing in their Masters games, or even just in their ranked games that could probably help them out climb a little bit faster. And that's pretty much power spiking, or recognizing power spiking, right? Basically, what I want to explain here is what to do when you're in a lane with a character that power spikes more early on. Basically, just allowing them to either one, reach that power spike by letting them last hit, or two, creating the space for them to reach their power spike for more critical moments during laning phase in their games. So let's jump into it. So there's a lot of characters that don't power spike as early on in this game, and I just wanted to provide an example of that here. So I just queued up into I didn't queue up. I created a room with a friend of mine to basically just show off one of these instances. A very common pick is Cinderace, and not everybody always gets the opportunity to jungle with this character, and will have to oftentimes go into lane. And if they happen to be playing with a character that has an earlier power spike, normally what you would want to do is try to let them hit that power spike first. Don't try to steal the farm, even though it is very tempting and it is something that can help you out, but basically just allow them to help you, essentially, right? So we start off here and basically just go in the lane as usual, just hit the monkeys, right? But leave them weak. Let the character that you're laning with get the last hit, because if you know that character gets an earlier power spike, like at level 4, like Ninetales does, you want them to hit level 4. You don't want to try and steal the farm from them and prevent them from doing that to be able to help you out. So basically just hitting the farm here, getting some damage on them, lowering them down so this way I can get the Ninetales over here and get the last hits on them. And I think I accidentally stole this one by mistake, but if the Ninetales was to get the last hit on that Corphish right there, we would have a Ninetales. It wouldn't be a Vulpix right here. It would be at level 4 already, and they would already hit their power spike. So technically speaking, in this scenario, they would have had to steal one piece of farm from the enemy side, but still they would have had a much earlier power spike than the enemy team would have, for instance, right? And the rest of this is basically just standard laning phase stuff, just waiting for the crab to spawn here, making sure the boosted attack is up so I can deal some damage there. And after that, pretty much, as far as that part is concerned, it's entirely up to your early powered spike character to help you out here. Obviously, some moves are more meta than others, so they might have chosen, for this instance with Ninetales, Dazzling Gleam, or this one chose Avalanche. But they can help you secure the first set of bees that spawn up in your lane faster that way. And the reason that I mention this is because Ninetales getting that power spike, or any other character, Cramorant, Pikachu, there's a couple of other ones that also power spike at level 4. Getting to level 4 is more important, because if you get to level 4 on one of these like carry type of characters, like say, like again, Cinderace, or Charmander, or Machamp, they need to get to level 5 before they hit a power spike. They don't hit a power spike early, so it is much better off allowing your teammate, or allowing your early power spike character, whoever that may be, or if that's yourself, trying to make sure that you secure the farm so that you get your early power spike, so that you can help secure the bees, or the first set of bees, more easily. Like I said, it's just something that I've noticed that a lot of people don't do. And when I say that, like I say a lot of people, like I'm typically mean like people playing in solo queue, that are trying to rank up. Because, say for instance, my Cinderace here, I stole all the farm, right? And I get to level 4, but my Ninetales is at level 3, right? Before that first set of bees. I don't have anything to help us secure the bees, like the bees farm after that, right? Because my power spike isn't until level 5, and even then I don't get a move that will help me out until level 7 to be able to do something, for instance, right? And that's just Cinderace's case. There are other Pokemon that actually do get a move at level 5 that would be able to help, but that's still at level 5, not at level 4, which obviously is much earlier. So that's just something I wanted to bring people's attention to, because I think that if more people recognize when your teammates or when your laning partner is power spiking in solo queue, and creating the space for them, or giving them the farm so that they can hit that power spike earlier on, it would probably benefit them a lot more, rather than wondering, why didn't this character help me out the entire game? And like they're hard stuck like 3 levels below me. It's like, okay, well, maybe because you didn't help them secure any of the farm. But that's just one thing I wanted to bring the attention to, and I want to provide a couple of examples just in general. I'll probably show off like the characters that do power spike early. I'm also not going to say that having early power spiking characters is like a guaranteed win. It's not a guaranteed win. It's still up to the player to be able to do anything with it. But I'm just saying that like at a higher level, I believe it's more beneficial to allow them to take the farm. Alright, and here's a game that I got into where I got to take top lane, just to show off that you can still play a character like this in lane, do well, and also help your partner, right? So I chose top lane. The Pikachu here also chose top lane. For those who don't know, Pikachu also power spike at level 4. Whether it is Thunder or Electro Ball, I think both of them have good use, personally. Especially for securing bees. Now, it's not very widely known, but Electro Ball does have an area of effect when it does land, so you can hit multiple bees at one time with the Electro Ball. So that was just me showing off what I was using. I had Buddy Barrier, Scope Lens, and Attack Weight, so this way I could still dish out the damage that a Cinderace normally should. And let's just load up here, and I'll show you guys what I was talking about. A little bit of the same of that example that I showed you with the Ninetales, but this is more of a live demonstration, rather than it just seeming like it was some scripted nonsense, I should say. Alright, so the same thing as before, just basic laning here. I pick Ember first, this way that I can just start dealing damage here in the lane, but I'm still leaving the monkeys here for the Pikachu, right? I'm not trying to last hit them, I'm just trying to leave them weak enough so that the Pikachu gets the experience, or gets the last hit experience on them, so this way the Pikachu can level up faster, right? And this one got a little tricky because the Pikachu didn't come here to contest the Corphish with me, but this Lucario made a mistake because I was able to steal the Corphish from him. Now, he went to go jump me, but the Pikachu turned around and was able to help me out here. And even though that monkey right there at the end was weak, the area of effect of the Pikachu's Thunder Shock was able to go off and get the last hit on that. So right here I did the same thing. I left this one weak. Pikachu got their power spike right there at level 4. Right, so they now have Electro Ball and Electro Web, which is huge, right? Now, this Lucario already had a bad run, and I'm not going to say that like they're the best Lucario in the game. They're just playing Lucario the way you would play Lucario. I was just setting off my boosted attack there so that I can kill this Corphish a little bit faster, right? Not much we can do to stop this. He had a Score Shield. He was going to get that off anyway. So the Lucario, again, dove right in, just trying to do Lucario things. Gets stuck, destroyed by Electro Ball, right? So if Pikachu didn't have that power spike right there, that Electro Ball would not have killed the Lucario, right? And so now we're applying pressure here. We're making sure that that Squirtle backs off, and we hit our power spike now, right? And this is, like I said, this is just in the early phase of the game where this matters so much, because now this is the opportunity for this Pikachu and myself to get a lead here. we're already ahead in farm. We're ahead in levels. Again, Lucario having a score shield, not much you can do. But because of the power spike that we allowed Pikachu to have here, we're able to stop this Lucario and also our jungler. But I believe that Lucario would have died either way, right? And we've already taken their first point against Squoval and a Lucario, which are two very strong Pokemon in lane right now, right? So right here, Squoval's weak. I don't think we can chase him down. He has way too much resistance to be able to get that off. So he was just going to run away anyway, so I decided to just back off there, let the Talonflame and the Pikachu decide to chase him or not. And the Pikachu actually started to rotate down to bot with me, which was huge. But I also think that it was right when it did, because it does turn around here and actually does go to defend top lane. Which is perfectly fine. It's not bad. Dreadnought is still a more priority of an objective, I would say. But Rotom also now is not as bad. But like I said, it's a big early lead that it won't be the determining factor of your game. It can never be the determining factor of your game, but it can give you an edge, right? And it's something small that you can do, not to like guarantee a win, but like to make sure that things go smoother as you go through the rest of the game, right? So the rest of this gameplay is basically just going to pan out. I don't even think we get this Dreadnought here, actually, but we did hold off pretty well. Yeah, see, because they take Dread, but our Talonflame cleans up right here easily. Actually, no, we did take Dread. I'm sorry, I lied. We did take that Dreadnought. And then rotating back up here just for Rotom, just to get that. Our Talonflame cleaned up the bottom, and they were jungling that whole time, right? And look, Pikachu gets a cleanup kill on Ninetales. I would imagine that it was with with Electro Ball, because that's typically how Pikachu would get a finisher on most characters. We secure the Rotom real easy right there, and we're just securing some farm. But like I said, this commentary was mostly just to get the point across that if you can make sure that you secure some of like these early wins for your teammates, like assisting your teammates as much as possible rather than just trying to take the role of I need to kill everything, I need to deal all the damage, blah blah blah, right? Like the typical solo queue mentality, right? If you think about it that way. But it's just something small that I think could just benefit everybody's climb in ranked, right? Now, like I said, this isn't for people who are playing together in groups or playing with teams, because obviously you can just tell your teammate, hey, I need to hit this level, blah blah blah, and they'll let you get the last hits. But this is just for solo queue, like something to pay attention to. Like watch your teammates' levels. Watch how low you get the farm before you decide to go and secure for yourself. Because depending on the character you are, sometimes you need the other characters on your team, or the other Pokemon on your team, to get some of that farm. I got destroyed by that Lucario ult, by the way. Holy hell. But having your teammates also be up to par with you, or even above you, depending on the character and the point of time in the game, like especially early on, making sure that you have an early lead can make a big difference, right? And again, not defining factor, but it can help, right? Alright, and then this is just another Dreadnought secure. I think we actually got this by accident, because this Lucario, I think he back snapped. Yeah, his power-up punch went backwards from where he was aiming, so I don't think, I think that was the only reason he can get away with it. Yeah, there was 4 of them there, so I just decided to say no to that fight. The Pikachu went ham though. They did secure 2, which is why we pushed back up, but then the rest of our team started going down, so it was like, oh, we're going in and then back off type of situation. And we came back because we noticed that our Greedent was still alive, and it was just a 2v1, right? And now he's the only one alive, but he does have backup coming soon. Yeah, see that right there. So we just want to dodge that, get out of the way there. Secure some more farm while we're at it, and our top lane, Talonflame and the Pikachu, both secured Rotom in the meantime while we were helping out our Greedent here. We're just securing some farm, and I'm pretty sure the enemy team quits. they surrender here after the Rotom, because I think the Rotom the Rotom got to their home, or not to their home, got to their tier 2 on top lane. And so I think by the time I get over to the Audinos here, they just give up. Yeah. And another kill for the Pikachu right there, which is huge. And yeah, again, like I said, it's just something small that I think a lot of people don't pay attention to, and it's something that can make a difference early on in game. See, and we didn't pop off, we didn't go crazy, but we had the most kill participation in the game, right? We had 5 kills, 8 assists. That's 13. We had something to do with 13 drops total, right? And then I think we went, I went back to do a damage check here, right? Like our Talonflame got a lot of the last hits, our Pikachu did well, our Venusaur did well, all that, right? Yeah, and we still had highest damage in the game, even with that, even with letting the Pikachu secure the farm early on, even with letting the Pikachu make sure that they reach their power spike, we still did the most damage in the game as an AD carry who wasn't jungling, and again, allowed our team to do what they needed to do. Our Talonflame secured Dreadnought for us twice, got last hits, did what they need to do as the jungler. Our Pikachu went off, technically speaking, got 6 and 4, which for a Pikachu is pretty big, right? And yeah. Now, the last thing that I want to get to is I'm probably just going to put up a little thing here, and I'm just going to show all of the characters that have a level 4 power spike, basically just to like show that like if you're laning with one of these characters and you happen to be on like a carry character or a higher level power spiked character, that allowing them to get some of that farm, like given not every situation is perfect, sometimes you have to make sure that you're just securing farm to keep it from the enemy team. But if you have the opportunity, and if the space was either created for you, or if you've created the space to give your team, or give your teammates the farm, then I think you should obviously let some of these characters do it, because them hitting those early power spikes in like the early ends of the game is probably way more beneficial than you taking it for yourself. So thank you all for watching the video. Really appreciate it from everyone watching it to the end. I just wanted to make sure that I got this point across. Hopefully everyone understands it well enough. It can just benefit you more. If you really like this video, just let me know in the comments below, or like the video, you know, subscribe, all that nonsense. And I'd really appreciate it. Maybe I'll make another one about some other topics on how to improve in the game, and we'll see. Also, just wanted to shout out a group of friends I work with, FakeGamers, so I'm going to provide their links in the description down below as well. We normally just play a lot of games together, and hopefully y'all enjoy some of that content. Peace.